I think we can start now.
We can start.
Yes. So, hello, JBM everyone. Today, I welcome you all in our Bluebird Foreign Education and Career Series program. So, today we have with us our friend Pradnil Kamble. He has completed his master's from Mechatronics Engineering from the University of Hamburg of Technology, Germany. So, here today he will explain his experiences and tell us how to pursue you can pursue your masters and your career in mechatronic engineering. So welcome Pradnil. So you can start and share your experience with us.
Sure. Thank you so much, Rahul, for that welcome. And yes, Jai Bhim, everyone. I'll share my screen now. I hope you all can see it. Can you see it, Rahul, already?
Yes, Pradnil, you can see.
Perfect. So yes, so the first slide rather would be, yes, so I'll slow it down, drag it here somewhere. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, namaste everyone as well, and welcome to my session today. I can speak English, Hindi, and Marathi as well. So if you have any questions as we go along, you can also ask them to me in English, Hindi, or Marathi. In that sense, I can also give all the answers in Hindi. So you better know that for the upcoming session. So yes, hello again. My name is Pradnil, and I have studied Master of Science Mechatronics from the Hamburg University of Technology. That's me on the right side, where you can see a photo of me, which was from a hike that I did recently in Germany. It is from the mountains called Harzburg, and it is located somewhere in the center of Germany. So yeah, I just wanted a picture, a fun picture, so I just put that there. So that's me. I'll just showcase you what my university looks like from Hamburg. So here are some of the snippets of my university. So this is how the campus looks like. This is the main building actually. And this is how it looks like, TUHH, which stands for Technische Universität Hamburg. And this is how the campus looks like overall. I personally think it has a beautiful campus, and the city, Hamburg as a city is one of the most livable cities, I would rather say that. And it's a beautiful place, trust me, and a very good university in that sense as well. So I have recently graduated as a mechatronics engineer, as I said, and right now I work as a scientific researcher in the German Aerospace Center. So my job is mostly to research about robotics, a little bit of artificial intelligence, and then also additive manufacturing. But I think we will go through it as we go ahead. I am also a new sort of mentor for the Bluebird program, as Rahul mentioned right now. And yeah, I am doing this because I think I didn't get, because I come from sort of humble background as well. I didn't get enough mentorship while growing up, so I had to find out my way to where I am right now. But I would say that, like, in this process, I can be some help to you if you want to pursue your studies in mechatronics, or maybe in Germany in that sense. So I'll definitely be some help to you. Yeah, so I'm a mentor at the Bluebird program. Then just to get friendly with you, I would also mention you some of my hobbies in that sense. So I play football, I love writing, I sort of try writing poetry, some novels in that sense, but then I also like traveling. So this is me, and let's get started. So I will take a new approach to sort of explain you some of the things throughout my slides in that sense. So basically, this is my title. My title of the presentation today is Pursuing Mechatronics Engineering at Public University in Germany. So the idea throughout the presentation is that I'll break this topic into different chunks, so that you will get a glimpse of what exactly the topic means in that sense. So the idea is I'll give you definitions of each chunk of the topic. For example, what exactly is Mechatronics University? What is a public, or what exactly is a mechatronics engineering? What is a public university? And then why Germany in that sense? Then I'll also try to motivate you, because I think this is a wonderful field. So there will be some motivation. Then I will also give you some hints at the moment, but not a lot. We can do that also further later on. Some hints to make smart choices for yourself during pursuing mechatronics or at a public university. Then also we can discuss about the execution, like how exactly to get into and what's the trick or tip to get into in that sense. So to start, yes, we will start with the word at first, which is mechatronics engineering. And I don't know if you know it already or who all knows it already. So people say that, and in fact, a lot of also Google searches, in fact, showcase that mechatronics is a combination of a synergy between two topics, which is mechanics plus electronics or electrotechnology in that sense. But I think based on what I studied, and I think everyone knows that, all mechatronics engineer knows that it's beyond that. There are more things that come under the complete hood of mechatronics. So I would say mechatronics is mechanics plus electrotechnology plus information technology, which is nothing but IT, plus control engineering in that sense. So I think a lot of us know already what mechanics means in that sense, what electronics is, electrotechnology, or in that sense, or what information technology is. But I don't know if you have heard or not about control engineering. So just to give a glimpse of it, like control engineering is also another term, rather, or a slightly different term for automation engineering, uh, which involves designing, testing, and evaluating of a control system. So that is the focus of control engineering. And there are also master modules or master programs that you can purely do into control engineering. But I think this all comes under the mechatronics as a whole. So these control systems are basically these device or multiple devices that sort of are dedicated to regulate or control a bigger device or a bigger or much bigger devices in that sense, or multiple devices. So that is control system, and it's extremely essential. We will go ahead and see how it is. So yeah, so mechatronics, now that we know it's mechanics plus electronics plus IT plus control technologies in that sense. So what is the first thing that I think of as a mechatronic system that I hold day-to-day life, that I carry with me everywhere? So I would rather say it's definitely my smartphone. My smartphone has hardware into it, which is the mechanical aspects to it. Also the design and all this, all the aspects which count as the mechanical aspects. Then it has electronics embedded inside it. It has software inside it. Then also it has a controller inside it in that sense. So I would definitely say your mobile is a mechatronic gadget as such. Then of course your computer, your laptop or whatever is also a mechatronic gadget in that sense. So I think of many such mechatronic gadgets that we use on our day-to-day life. Trust me on that. Even the vehicles that are running these days on the roads, on the streets, are also mechatronic gadgets at the moment, because there are a lot of sub modules inside the vehicles which involve electronics in them, which involve some type of software inside them. So definitely even vehicles or electric toothbrushes or whatever in that sense, or multiple such things in the future are mostly mechatronic gadgets. So this all comes under the studies of mechatronics. And what else? So these are the things that we use on day-to-day life, but there are things beyond that. There are things beyond our reach or our scope for the day-to-day life. So such as on the left side, you see a photo of a very interesting thing called as industrial robot. Those who know it already it's good. But those who don't know, so they are basically robots, which, for example, in this picture, you can see this robot is trying to do welding task while the other robot is trying to just hold that workpiece. Or so there are two robots, as you can see in the picture. So this one is the one, this one is the two. Yeah. And one of the robot is trying to weld something, as you can see. So these robots are based inside industries. You will find them a lot in Germany, and they mostly do laborious or repetitive tasks in that sense. And of course, they also have some mechanical aspect to them. They also have electronics inside them. They also have a software that you can program in them. Then they also have a control strategy to actually say the robot what to do, what not to do. So you have to basically control the robot for that particular task. So that's why they are also a part of mechatronics. And I can also say that if you want to pursue robotics, or if you want to work with robots, then it's mechatronics that you should do. And on the right side, I think it doesn't require an introduction as such, but it's a satellite. And the same stuff, the same story. Basically, satellite also has mechanical aspects to it. It also has electronic gadgets inside it. It has a software inside it. Then it has a really strong and tough control technology to regulate certain signals in that sense through the satellites. So also satellites are a part of mechatronics engineering, or the whole mechatronics as the picture. Something new, something trending right now are also humanoid robots. So here you can see in the GIF down there that there is a robot which is just waving hand at you right now. So the idea is basically, I would say right now in the future, some of the mechanical plus electronic gadgets are trying to be intelligent. So they are trying to have advanced software or advanced techniques which will sort of make the particular gadget intelligent. And that technology is nothing but sort of developing a software beyond the regular boundaries. So basically making your machine learn, or maybe developing an intelligence in your machine. So this is also something that is a part of mechatronics. So right now we have talked about various things that come under mechatronics, and I think you have the glimpse of it. So that the mechatronics is a wide and a broad field, which has a lot of modules into it, which also has, as you can see here, which also has machine learning into it, artificial intelligence into it, basically shown in the here on the right side. So just to talk briefly about it, so this is not something regular to just gadgets that remember a certain task. For example, why I particularly added this slide is because for you to realize that machine learning is beyond just remembering or just recognizing something in the data, but it's based on learning from the data. For example, 2 plus 2 is 4. If I haven't learned it, I would just iterate it multiple times and remember it. If I just keep iterating, okay, I'll remember someday, okay, 2 plus 2 is 4. But that's not the goal. The goal is based on 2 plus 2, that is the 4. We should also realize what is 6 plus 2, what is 8 plus 2 in that sense. So the idea is to learn based on the pattern. So it's not just remembering, but it's learning. And that's also something that extensively comes inside mechatronics engineering, because it's again software and a mechanical thing working together. So this is what also something I research in right now, and I was happy to actually give you a glimpse of it. So now I think we know what exactly mechatronics is and how this particular word has a lot of facets to it and a lot of ways you can work and find your tasks into this particular engineering job. So what is it like to study mechatronics and what are the requirements? So here I have just curated few of the points really quickly. So at the first, the best part about learning mechatronics is that you get a high proportion of electives. So because as you can see that mechatronics offers a wide range of scope, a wide range of products that you could work on. So that's the reason there is a wide range for choosing electives in that sense. So if I want to work with robots, I'll choose robotics as my electives, all the courses that work with robotics, but I'll be still a mechatronic engineer. But what I'll do is I'll choose a lot of specialization electives which come under mechatronics. If I want to work with, for example, design more, if I want to design a particular vehicle in that sense, so I'll choose a more of an automotive specialization through mechatronics. So basically, you can go to multiple ways from mechatronics because it has a high proportion of electives and offers that you get. My particular degree was around for 4 semesters, and that's what I have realized. Mostly, a lot of, on average, courses, programs for masters in mechatronics are actually 4 semesters, so basically 2 years in that sense. And yes, what exactly is the requirement for mechatronics engineering? So yeah, so I did my bachelor's in mechatronics as well. So you can definitely do your bachelor's in mechatronics and then do a master's in mechatronics. That's doable. But you can also do your bachelor's in, even if you have a bachelor's in mechanical engineering, you can still pursue mechatronics for your master's by showcasing that you have done some credits maybe, or you have done some courses related to IT, electronics, or control in that sense. Or it is also possible to pursue mechatronics engineering if you have done a different program other than mechanical engineering or mechatronics for bachelor's, but something that has mechanics, control, IT, and electronics courses inside it. So any module that would have these particular key elements would actually land you to do a master's program in mechatronics, definitely. So these are the requirements. And now what happens once you do mechatronics engineering? What doors are open for you basically? So here are like few of the titles, the job titles that few of my friends actually work with right now. And I also work on one of the job title here. So basically mechatronics engineers can do all this bunch of stuff. As you can see, entrepreneurs, of course, anyone can be, even a mechatronic engineer can be, and he has even wider scope to choose what he can do, because now he can create multiple products that we just talked about: a satellite, a robot, a smart toothbrush, whatever you can think of. So you can definitely get into entrepreneurship. uh, R&D director is basically research and development director of a particular company. So I'm really sure about it. One of my friend actually works, one of my senior in fact actually works as a R&D director. And the reason for a technical company in that sense, and the reason for that is because he has the knowledge of a lot of fields. Since he did mechatronics, he has the knowledge of mechanical aspects, he has the knowledge of electronics, he has the knowledge of a little bit knowledge of the software development and how software is to be designed. So that's the reason it's easy to actually end up on higher positions, because you have a more holistic, a bigger picture background in that sense. So one of my friend is a director for a major company. And then I work as a scientific researcher where I research with robots. So basically, that's also one of the work title. Then there is another work title, which is purely mechatronics engineers. They work with hardwares, softwares, and then sensors. That's what mechatronics engineers do. There is a particular job for robotists. There is a particular job for robotics engineers here in Germany. So that is also a title. Then, as I said, that machine learning and artificial intelligence and all these aspects also come under mechatronics. So you can also definitely work in these fields as well. You can also be an automation engineer, which is nothing but implementing control technology in that sense. So you can also be an automation engineer or an automotive engineer. As I said you earlier, that the cars these days do not just have mechanical aspects to them, but in fact also have a lot of electronic gadgets and a lot of software that works behind uh, the luxury that the car offers today. all the cars, in fact, that are on the street. So definitely you can go into automotive engineering, which is nothing but the engineering of automotive, of moving vehicles in that sense. Then software engineering, you can also get jobs inside the fields, inside a field or as a title of software engineer in that sense. Yeah, and because we will be working, when you would be a mechatronic engineer, you would be working a lot with data, with sensors, with multiple things that collect data in various ways. So definitely you can also approach and do a job as data scientist. So interestingly, as you can see here, mechatronics offers a wide range of jobs. And that's beautiful because once you start your course, once you start your program in mechatronics, in some time you'll realize what exactly suits you. Okay, first I started it for robotics, but now I realize, no, I don't like robotics, but rather I like designing cars more. So you can always jump to that. Okay, first I started as someone who wanted to do aerospace, but now I am more into robotics. So you can always do robotics in that sense. This was my story. I started first because I liked aerospace. I wanted to I wanted to work around with satellites in that sense, and that's why I started mechatronics. But now, as the time went, I realized robotics is more of my thing, and that's the reason I right now switched completely to robotics, and now I work with industrial robots, the ones that I showed earlier. So yeah, this is what I think mechatronics offers: a wide range, a wide scope of possibilities. Now, yeah, now jumping to the next sort of module in my complete title, which was a public university. So the first question that raises in my mind is, yeah, we know that the public universities may be funded by a state or government, but what is important about the public universities in Germany as such is that these universities don't have any tuition fee. So basically, there is no tuition fee at all, zero tuition fee, I would say that. A few programs rather, but a very few programs do have some tuition fee to them. But on average, overall, I would rather say that they don't have tuition fee. And that's lovely. You don't have to pay any, like tuition fee in that sense. You get free education. That's lovely, right? But yeah, but you also pay some small semester contributions every semesters. So basically every 6 months you pay few euros for, which is like a contribution where you get your ticket, city ticket, and then a student pass and stuff like that. So it's not basically a tuition fee, but it's a semester contribution that you pay, and it's a very small amount which vary from universities to universities. So basically it's government funded, there is no tuition fee. And this is because basically why there is no tuition fee, because uh, Germans being such nice people and such cool people that I know few, they also believe that education is not a commercial product. Education is not something that should be sold in that sense, or it's not a commercial thing that you can make profit out of. So, and I think that's a beautiful approach to look at education, because I also think it's not a commercial product. So that's the reason they don't charge for education. You get all this wonderful content for free based on how willing you are, how much you like it, of course. So there are such 300 public universities in Germany, which are basically, there are 300 or somewhere close to that free universities in Germany without tuition fee. And they offer more than 1,000 programs. Of course, each university offers on average or more than 5 programs at least. So they offer a lot of programs which are also free, funded by the government. And the teachings, I would definitely highly recommend. Their teachings are wonderful. I have also had experience of sort of learning from different universities around the globe. I was at different places for few particular courses as well. So on overall, I would say Germany has the most brilliant structure for education, and the teaching is extremely high quality, at least for mechatronics engineering. That's what my experience is. And the ranking, yes. And just to mention about ranking, Germany actually doesn't care much about the QS ranking or whatever the rankings that are there out there in the world, because Germany has a different set of structure which they work with, the German universities. First of all, the German universities won't catch a lot of popularity just because they offer a lot of courses in German. So they are not like mainstream universities which provide you everything in English. No, but they provide a lot of good content in German. So that's why they don't maybe showcase in the mainstream world that much. Also, Germany, uh, the research output of Germany is mostly outsourced in the institutes that are from the government. So these research institutes that belong to the governments is where the students actually work. So the research output is not the output of the university by itself, but it's the output of the institutes. For example, Fraunhofer is one of such institutes. For example, the institute that I work in right now, it's called DLR, which is the German aerospace, is one of such institutes. So that's the reason, maybe that's one of the reason why the research score or the citation score doesn't take the university that up compared to the other QS ranking. But Germany really doesn't care about the QS ranking. They have their own model, which is brilliant. I have tested it. I loved it. And so don't fall for the ranking when you are searching for public universities in Germany. Rather check why you particularly like that course that you are approaching, and what feedbacks maybe the alumni from the course have given you. But don't bother about the ranking when considering German universities. So this is what public universities are. Yeah, funded by government, definitely. But to divide these public universities, there are two sort of sections where you can divide these public universities in. So first is Technische Universität, which is technical university, where I've studied as well. The university that I showcased at the very start, which was TUHH. So each technical university would have this keyword into it, which is TU. Uh, a few don't have that, but we'll talk about that. And these TUs are the universities where the curriculum is focused more on the theoretical aspects and focused more on the research, basically. So through these universities, you can pursue a PhD. You can do your research if you want. So TUs are more for theory, research, and get sort of doing your PhD. But then there is another sort of university, which is called Fachhochschule. And these universities have these keywords FH in them, and they are the University of Applied Sciences, basically. These universities are more focused on the experience, on the hands-on experience, basically practical work, and they do not offer a PhD. I know a few that offer PhDs, but outsourced to some institute. So they don't have PhDs under their hood. I think so, most of them. And they also have in their program mandatory internship or semester abroads and stuff like that, which are mandatory in nature. So yeah, if, for example, if I want to move to Germany, what would be the first question that I'd ask to myself? What I want to study, right? So do I want to do research once I graduate? Do I want to work once I graduate? What exactly I want to do? So if you want to do research, if I want to do research, I'll always apply on the TUs, basically. But if I want to work, I'm not interested in research, but I'm interested in jobs. I'm interested in more practical experience in that sense. Then you can always go to University of Applied Sciences. Applied sciences in the sense applying the sciences. So basically practical things that you would be doing. So these are the two sets of universities here. So realize, recognize what you apply to and why you apply to. And then there is another keyword actually, which is not a different type of university rather, but it's a keyword that goes along with a lot of universities, which is called Hochschule, and in German, and which is nothing but university, which means university, somewhere where you do courses beyond technical technology, or you can also do natural sciences. You can do multiple courses. So Hochschule is that thing, which is not actually different in the sense, but it also has a lot of different universities inside it. And then also it consists of FH, the University of Applied Sciences inside it. And then there are few TUs that I said, the technical universities, the TU that I said where is a keyword. But then there are also few TUs which don't have TU as a keyword inside them. But they are considered as technical universities, but these universities don't have TU in their name. So I don't know why it is like that, honestly, but that's how it is. And here is an example of one of such universities, which is a TU, but doesn't have a TU keyword in them. So it's RWTH Aachen, which is a wonderful university again, and it also offers mechatronics for masters as well as bachelors, I think. Yeah. So these are the types of these two, rather, TU and FH are how the public universities are divided. Then the first question that comes to mind, to my mind, in fact, while applying to Germany was, what is the language? Because everyone thinks that in Germany, in fact, a lot, or a few people even have said me that all the courses in that sense are taught in German. And I totally disagree about that. I don't think it's the case. You can always find a lot of international programs. Definitely for mechatronics, because I did one. I didn't had enough German background at first while applying. So I only did my A1 when I was back in India, but I don't think that counts anything because I can't do a course in German through A1 level. A1 is the lowest level that you can get in German, and C1 or C2 is, are the highest level that you can get in a particular language in German, as per the German levels in that sense. So yes, there are a lot of English programs available, and so be happy about it. Try to search, and you will definitely find something in English that uh, is a good match for you. For example, mechatronics, that if you want, please go ahead. The requirement is you need 6.5 or above band or score in IELTS. So I think that's okay, doable at some point. So it's not that strict. So we can also sort of do that. Then there are few German programs as well. And I would definitely recommend you all to do, if you want to approach Germany for your higher studies, I would definitely recommend you all, because I did it in the past, but why not you do it? Why not you learn German levels up to B2 or something? I think it is definitely possible. There are a lot of ways to get to that level. There is a lot of content on the internet where you can do you can do German up to B2 level, literally up to B2 level, in I think 6 months or 8 months as such, if you are dedicated enough. So definitely, if you want to do that, that's lovely. And then the chances of you getting the university will definitely be high. In fact, also chances of getting a scholarship. So do think of it. Do think of doing German level. The best is you get a certificate, a accredited certificate, which means a certificate that is valid, that the German government sort of recognize. So one of such institute is Goethe Institute, which is, I did it from Goethe, but I did not do my course with them because I thought it's expensive for me and for my budget back then. So what I did is I rather did the A1 course, the A1 studies all by myself. And I just went and attempted the Goethe test in Mumbai, and I passed A1. And I don't think it's that difficult because they know that the examiners know that you are here for an A1 test, so they don't actually push you that much. So that's how I get the certificate for A1, and that's lovely. You can also do that same way, prepare it by yourself, pay for only the test, go approach, do the test. If you can prepare all by yourself. So you need some dedication there. So there are German programs, definitely, which require B2 and C1 level of German. If you are good enough, go ahead. There are high chances you will get it. Then there are also bilingual course programs, which also has German and English in them. So these programs also require sort of B2 level, but there are such programs. If you are interested in them, you can definitely also pursue that. And yeah, so overall, there are English programs. So chill and search for the ones that suits you. Yeah, and now what grades and what makes me eligible to sort of apply to this university at first? So let's just break it down into things that I think are important on the basis of grading at the moment, because there are multiple things beyond grading, but the one of the important anchor, one of the important aspect is grades, definitely what grades you have. So Germany has this grading system called as point grading system, which has where they give grades between 1 to 5, where they call it as 1 point to 5 point, and 1 is the best grade that you can get. The excellent, the outstanding students get the grade as 1.0, basically, and the not satisfactory, rather in the sense you get failed for a particular course if you don't have if you have 5.0 as a grade. So basically 1 is the best, 5.0 is the worst in that sense. And excellent students are between 1.0 to 1.5, that you know, and 1.6 to 2.5 is also considered good. So that's pretty good in that sense. And for admission particularly, you require a grade that falls in between 1.0 to 2.2 points, basically. So now what I did is because when I was applying, I was kind of thinking like what exactly my grade would be like, because would it fall between these points? So for that purpose, we have multiple websites, multiple links. You just have to Google it and you'll find a lot. But for example, the one that I used back then is here, which is pretty easy. I'll just quickly show you what I meant. Hope. Uh, yeah. All right. So this is just a site where you, okay, it's still loading. Yeah. You enter your score, whatever it is. Right now, it's not giving me good response though, but yeah, you enter your score, you enter what's the max. For example, it's 60% out of 100. I enter 60, then I enter what is the highest is 100%, then I enter 0, of course. You convert it and you get your German grade, basically. I tried it, and I would say if you have 60% or above is the best, but if you have minimum of 60%, or if you have minimum of 6.0 CGPA in that sense, from your 12th standard, or from your bachelor's, 12th standard for bachelor's, and bachelor's aggregate for masters. So if you have something in above this range, then I think you are definitely eligible to apply for public universities. So that's lovely. Go ahead, always check, always calculate, try to figure out if your points fit into this particular range. If they fit, be confident and apply. And then there is this really important website that I think is also a lot of my what I just spoke about the eligibility is based on that particular website and that particular program, which is called DAAD. Also, few people call it DAD, but I don't prefer it calling DAD because I don't think that's how uh, uh, we should call it, rather, because Germans do call it as DAAD. And I also was fortunate enough to have been a part of DAAD program, where I was during my interview, when I was in the third round, which we'll talk about. During my interview, I also realized that, yeah, you'd rather not call it DAD, but it's better. It's more okay. It's more cleaner to call it DAAD rather than DAD. So yeah, but it doesn't matter. But just to say you, if you want to look clean during your interview in the future, so better you know that. So it has various grants, a lot of grants that you can apply to. There is no specific grant that anyone that is like an important thing to showcase here, but because it has so many grants, it has so many scholarship opportunities for everyone, for each, based on, even also based on countries, that you will definitely visit and figure out that there are a lot of things that they offer. So search what suits you. There is also a scholarship for master's program, there is a scholarship for bachelor's program, there is a scholarship for internship, a lot of such scholarships. So the step usually is, because I applied and I know the step. So the first step is definitely they have their portal. They have their website basically. You go in it, go on the website, fill out the application form, download the application form. Once it's filled out, there are a lot of steps. You have to upload a lot of things. But when it's filled out, you download it, prepare it, and mail it with the other documents that they say. Usually they say you for recommendation letters, if you have any, and you just have to uh, get them together and mail them, post them to their particular address. They'll also give you the address through the online application, somewhere close, maybe somewhere in India. So definitely that's what you will do as the second step. The third step is a waiting game where you just wait for the response. It usually took me a month though to get a response. So they get back to you after a month, and the response is basically they will give you a venue, they'll give you a place and a time where you have to go and give your interview. In the interview, there will be around, I think, three juries, three people who will ask you questions, bunch of questions about your personal life, question about why do you want this scholarship, how will it help you, and stuff like that. So I think these are the three steps. A lot of applications, the ones that don't match the scholarship requirements, are actually uh, truncated or removed at the step one. If you reach at the step two, sorry, if you reach the step three, then you have higher chance of getting it. So definitely go for it in that sense. Also, for applying the scholarship, the IELTS requirement is 6.5 or above, which is, I think, decent. And then you can always have German language as an additional skill, which will definitely get you more sort of close to the scholarship opportunity in that sense. There is also an Indian website for DAAD, which is daad.in, as you can see here. The best part is, what I did is, you ring them, call them, they have their number on the website. You call them, write them an email or whatever, and just say them that I need all the information possible. Can you please give me an appointment? They'll give you an appointment and they'll walk you through everything. And that's beautiful, because now you'll get everything through the officials. They'll also send you all the links that you need. So that is a smart thing that I would do, and I did. So I would definitely recommend you to do that. So visit that particular website. Uh, here are also few links that I just wanted to quickly showcase. What I meant with it is that, for example, as I said earlier, like, there are multiple scholarship opportunities, multiple scholarship opportunities. So there is this portal which helps you to find your scholarship, what you are looking for. So yeah, for example, I'm looking for undergraduate scholarships. For my bachelor's, for example, I come from India. I just hit refine your selection, and here you'll get multiple scholarships that are offered. Try to search, try to figure out which one suits you, and this particular search engine with a lot of options actually help you to find the best one. So there are multiple. In fact, I could find 21 just for undergrad. So there are multiple such. Okay. So there are multiple such things. And then I would also recommend to search your university where you want to do master's or bachelor's on the DAAD portal as well. Don't go for other sites. There are multiple sites as such. There are multiple platforms as well, which are pretty good as well in that sense, in that context. But the universities that are already inside DAAD portal, which are almost a lot of universities, are pretty easy to get in and also to later get the DAAD scholarship. So if you find a university from their portal, which almost includes a lot of universities, few of them are missing. So here is again a link, which again has the same search engine, the beautiful search engine, because here are a lot of options that you can choose and a lot of courses. So there are this many programs that you can do and figure out. For example, I like robots, right? So why not just type robot and see what showcases? Okay, so there are 22 programs that I can do as a robot. Okay, there is this short course. Oh wow. There is this bachelor's degree in robotics as well. Okay, nice. Yeah, and here you can see as well, this is from University of Applied Sciences. And that's the reason it is giving BEng, which is Bachelor's of Engineering, because it's applied sciences, right? It's not research, or else it would have been BSc, which is Bachelor of Research. So here you can see that, wow, there is also already a bachelor's degree, which I didn't know, and the course language is also English. So as I said, there are a lot of English courses as well. So don't worry about, oh, there is another one, wow, just down there. Interesting. So yeah, the idea is there is this nice search engine with a lot of criterions that you can put. Do use it, find a good course for yourself, apply through the portal, and then you are one step closer to the scholarship as well. Scholarship ranges from different supports. Sometimes you get support for a semester, sometimes you get support for a year, and even if you get a support for a year, you can always reapply the next year. So it's not that uh, since you have got the scholarship once, you would not get it on any other time. It's not like that. You can always apply it again. So go for it. Try to figure out what suits you. That was about DAAD. The next thing that is a wonderful thing, I think, and I wanted to mention it, is Erasmus Plus, which is sort of a program proposed by the European Union, I would say, rather, which empowers students, which empowers moving from one university to another. So basically, wider curriculum in that sense, which empowers also sports. So Erasmus Plus is another grant, another scholarship that you can get while you pursue your master's or bachelor's here in Germany. And Erasmus Plus is basically, to speak in layman terms, it's like exchange student, but it's beyond exchange, because there is a particular culture here in Europe where Erasmus Plus is given a lot of respect, and there are a lot of groups in each universities, rather in each city. For example, if you go to Italy, I went to Italy in University of Bologna, which is located in Tuscany. So in Bologna, there was a club called ESN, which was Erasmus Student Network. And this club was amazing because they supported me throughout. They conducted a lot of events as such, and that really helped. So the idea is Erasmus Plus is a wonderful experience where you get where your tuition fee is covered wherever you visit. There are a lot of universities. You can also go to big universities, for example, like the famous ones like Oxford as well. I don't know if you can go right now though, but definitely it was inside the list when I checked. So you can go to big universities. If you get selected, you don't have to pay the tuition fee for that semester or that year of your exchange. You can take it for one semester or two semesters. There is yeah, exactly, you don't have to pay the tuition fee of that university. Your insurance will be paid as well by Erasmus Plus grant. You will also get some monthly allowance, which will also include your rent, and then some things for you to for your leisure activities, and then groceries and stuff like that. So it's a very good experience. You get to meet a lot of people, make a lot of friends, and experience different places with scholarship. So not money from your pocket, rather, but from the grant. So basically, you are not paying for the university because it's a public university. And secondly, you are getting scholarship because you are traveling, you are enjoying. So that's a beautiful thing. Think of it, and feel free to apply for that as well. Yeah, and now let's talk about the intakes. Here for the public universities, there are two intakes, like, yeah, which is common. The two intakes are winter semester and the summer semester. Yes, winter is cold, summer is warm, you know that. The average winter temperature, just because people think that it's either too cold or too hot here in Germany. So I just wanted to set it straight that the average temperature last winter. Okay, I just saw there was a mistake in my slide. So it's average winter up and average summer down there. So average winter temperature last year was 3.3 degrees Celsius, and the average summer temperature was 19.2 degrees Celsius. 19.2 is pretty lovely because it feels really good here in Germany. The winters are slightly longer, and you will feel it. But you will like it eventually. And the summers are beautiful, more bright. So there are these two semesters. The start date for winter, as you can see, October 1st, and for summer, it's April 1st. The end dates for winter is October 30th. Okay, so there is another, I think. So the October 1st shouldn't be the start, rather. So yeah, there is another slight mistake there. But yeah, the end date for winter semester is definitely not October 31st, rather, but it is for the summer semester. Yeah. And the application deadlines for these particular semesters are, as you can see, for winter semester is July 15th. And for summer semester, it's January 15th. So please make sure that you register, record, or keep in note about this application deadline, because everything happens here as per the deadline. You can't just apply anytime, and the window is short for applications. So please check through the deadline. Semesters, yeah, winter semesters. So what semester I would recommend you to get into is definitely winter semester, because it has varied courses offered. It has more courses offered in the sense compared to summer semesters. And it is also popular for a lot of international intakes takes place during winter semester. So definitely go for winter semester in that sense. And a lot of programs are strictly for their particular semester. So please check that which program is open at which semester or which intake, and do apply for that in that particular intake. A lot of them are open on winter semester. So yeah, I would say that keep in your mind that you want to apply for a winter semester in the coming, if you want to apply in the future. And then there are also supporting documents for applications, which is that definitely statement of purpose, SOP, or letter of motivation. Then there is also CV, your curriculum vitae. Then there is also recommendation letters. So the stars that you see in front of SOP or CV or the recommendation letter is just to showcase you that these are highly important documents. Don't take them for granted. Don't ever take them for granted. Your grades are an important thing as well, but trust me, these other documents are as well of the same importance. Rather, I invest your time in writing your letter of motivation or SOP. Consult a lot of people. If you want to write what you have to write, what you felt, but consult a lot of people. Since I am also a mentor here, feel free to reach me as well. Feel free to reach to the Nalanda or the Digital Nalanda team. They'll also get to me. The idea is you write your own motivational letter or SOP and write it clean, short, concise, but something that is powerful, because you should invest into it. Then it's about curriculum vitae, which is CV, your resume. It is also pretty important. Trust me, super important in that aspect. It should be in a tabular format. Tabular in the sense it should have particular sections for each thing dedicated. Okay, this is my experience, this is my skills, this is what I did, this is education. And the format should be based on Europass CV. I don't know if you have heard this before, but Europass CV is like the standard CV format for Europe. So if you want to apply for a job or even for masters or bachelors, you should have your CV in this format. I would not make the CV from Europass site because I personally don't like uh, the way their sort of structure of the placement or their font in that sense. But the idea is format based on Europass means not having a Europass CV, but it means uh, motivated from a Europass CV. Basically, what comes first? Okay, so my photo should be there or not? Okay, so my education should be below my experience or above my experience. So for that, you should definitely consider Europass. Rather, don't make a CV inside Europass. It's not that great. Make your own CV on your documents, Google Docs or somewhere. I would recommend that, but use the format. The third important thing, extremely important, will also help you to get scholarship, not just for the first year, but also for the second year, or also for your time here in Germany, are the recommendation letters. Trust me, they are super important. They should be on the letterhead of the person who is giving you the recommendation letter. Don't just ask him for a letter on a blank page, on a white page. Ask them, please, can you please make it on your letterhead with a stamp, kindly, and they would definitely provide you that. Recommendations, it's strange, but I have to say recommendation letters do have expiry dates. In the sense, they don't have an expiry date, but in the sense are they lose their power after a few years. Like, so the idea is not like you, okay, so I want to go to Germany after 3 years and I'm collecting my recommendation letter now. So that's not good. I would say having fresh recommendation letters is good. You can use it for 2 years at max, but don't go beyond it. Don't use it a lot. They sort of have this expiry dates. Like, no one wants to see it. No one wants to see a old recommendation letter. So try to make a fresh out of it. Fresh one, super important, will land you to a scholarship. I can assure you that a good recommendation will land you to a good scholarship. Then additionals are the certificates. You can do courses on Coursera, or you can do courses at Digital Nalanda as well. And these are also certificates basically. So these are just additional stuffs that help you while applying. Your GRE score, the score that I have written here is something that was back then. Yeah, so just to mention that GRE is not required everywhere. Few of the universities do ask for it, but it's not really required everywhere in that context. So you can figure out like if your university requires it or not, and you can opt for it based on that. So yeah, GRE is there. Always your GATE score would help. And then if you happen to have a backlog, if you happen to have a year drop, for example, because of some personal work or something like that, then I would say it's not a problem. In Germany, that's not considered negative. I would say rather it's a part of your learning. In fact, a lot of my German friends, what they do is after their bachelor's, they take year drop or years drop just to travel, just to experience, just to learn new things, just to develop their hobbies in that sense, not even work closer to what they studied. So Germans do understand, or German universities do understand these matters, but don't then just take few years of drops, or don't then just have a multiple backlogs in that sense. That's never good. But it's okay to have a backlog. It's okay to take a year drop. So be cool about it, and you can still apply, and don't worry about it. Your ranking or your application will not be judged based on that. So these were the supporting documents. And now we are jumping to the last segment of the talk, which is what basically the last part, which is Germany. We talked about mechatronics engineering. We talk about public universities. Then why to do it in Germany? I can do mechatronics engineering somewhere else, maybe Japan. Japan is like really promising country for mechatronics, robotics, and all these things. I can do it in Canada, then why you are sort of trying to say me to do it in Germany? So that's why I have highlighted that particular word here. And then there are a lot of points, but here are a few of them. So Germany is a beautiful country. Trust me, it has beautiful landscapes. You just saw the photo on my first slide, the first one, and I think the mountains, the beautiful scenic snow in that sense. So it's a beautiful country. It has a lot of beautiful lakes, beautiful mountains in that sense. So you will always get to travel, explore Germany if you love nature. But with the scenic beauty, you also have a lot of employment opportunities, just because there are a lot of new trending research and companies that are upcoming. Also, even though a lot of courses are not offered in English, it's still an international students hub. So definitely students love it. And it's a wonderful place for a student to be and to grow in that aspect. It is also home to few most livable cities, I would say, rather. Hamburg is a beautiful city. Berlin is a beautiful city. Munich is a beautiful city as well. So these are few cities I think that you'd enjoy definitely living. Germany is known for its engineering. I think a lot of us know that already because a lot of major companies come from Germany. Engineering companies come from Germany. For example, uh, those who have already worked in industries, they know how important this word is. Basically, this company is. It's Siemens. Siemens is everywhere in the industries. Their products, even in India, Siemens, the products of the PLCs and a lot of other products from Siemens are everywhere. So Siemens is from Germany. Adidas, which is not a technical company but just popped up, it's also from Germany. Uh, then a lot of automotive companies, for example, BMW, which is BMW, then Audi, then Mercedes, and yeah, a lot of such wonderful Volkswagen as well. Wow, a lot of wonderful automotive companies here are also from Germany. So you should know that, like, Germany is actually really ahead in its automotive research and its aerospace research, and then its industrial research, because it has wonderful companies who dedicate themselves to the industry uh, in that sense. And it also ranks pretty high. I am not sure exactly, but I would say second or third or fourth in that context for its research citations in the field of technology. So the idea is, what I mean with this is basically a lot of research is going on here in Germany. You can figure out that based on these citations, based on these research outcomes, research outputs that this company is that this country is producing. So they have a lot of work. They have a lot of research opportunities. They want to grow. They have a lot of citations. So that's, I think, uh, one thing as well that showcases why Germany is amazing for engineering. Then very important, and I just want to touch up to this before I end my talk, before we move ahead a little bit, is very important for me and my motivation to study in Germany, which is something called as Industry 4.0, or in German, Industry 4.0 in German, which is, I don't know if anyone knows it already, but if they know it, then you guys are brilliant who know it. And who don't know it, you will know it now, and it's all good even now. So Industry 4.0 is the fourth industrial revolution that is under research, under progress right now. Industry 4.0 term was coined in Germany, here in Germany, at the Hanover Messe. Like Hanover Messe is one of the what we call that. How do I say it? It's a big trade fair where all this big innovations are actually presented to the world. So few years back, not a long time, less than 10 years back, they coined this new term, which is Industry 4.0 in Hanover Messe. And the idea was they are talking about the fourth industrial revolution. And this is something really beautiful because uh, let's walk through it. The first industrial revolution was using engines, for example, using coal, using fire to move things around the industry, maybe to create something out of the wood or something with glass, basically to burn fire. So you were using coal fuels and stuff like that. The second industrial revolution was electrical, because you got electricity then. So there was a complete revolution once you realized, okay, wow, you can harness, you can use electrical power to drive certain things from your industries. So that was the second thing, the second revolution rather. And the third revolution was computers. In 1970, computers started merging with our working environment. They came into our lives, not rather in India. In India, they came a little late, but back in US, in Germany, in 1970, they already started slowly merging computers with the working environment. And then there was a new field produced, which was called IT, information technology, in the working environment. And that was the third revolution, because computers just changed the game when they came. But right now, very important for you to know this, because maybe in the future you would be a part of this revolution, because it's ongoing right now. It's not something that has been done right now. You have the time to catch the train right now. So the new revolution right now that I'm talking about, or that was coined by Germany, is called the fourth industrial revolution, which is the revolution of the network, internet, basically, which is the revolution of the digitization, basically making things digital, making everything digital. So this is the new revolution. It is under construction, under progress right now. There is not much done in this domain. So you always have chance to get or catch this train or be part of some greater happening than you. And that is what the fourth industrial revolution is. So it's also called Industry 4.0. Through Mechatronics, you can also reach here. This is also something that I work on right now at the moment, and this would require a completely new discussion. But I just wanted to give you that motivation that it is not late. We have time. We need to catch up the train. So this was about the Industrial Revolution. Now, quickly, the cost of living in Germany. If you are a student, how much you should calculate in that sense. So as you can see here, the rent is around 300 to 500 euros. 1 euro is around, right now, today the rate is around 80 rupees, 81 rupees or something like that. So that is what the rate is going on right now. And I would say I have just calculated my aspect. The highest that I have spent as a student, the highest though, not the lowest, is 970 euros at max a month. So this was my spending, including everything: phone bills, health insurance, food, everything was around at max 970 euros, which is a lot. But the best part about it is these are the living expense. Of course, you are not paying any tuition fee. These are just your living expense. But the best part about this is that you can almost raise the same amount through doing a lot of student jobs. On the other hand, which I did a lot of student jobs, some jobs that are not part of my field, some jobs that are part of my field. I have worked as a delivery boy as well. So I've done a lot of jobs, student jobs, to sort of earn my expense for the month. And I have raised always more than 1,000 euros, but just to sound a little bit, in that sense, I have just mentioned here 1,000 euros you can raise, but I have raised every month more than 1,000 euros, and I have spent at max 970 euros. So what goes out of your pocket? I don't think, if you are smart enough, or if you have found a student job, or if you are striving, then I don't think anything is going out of your pocket as such. So there are multiple such student jobs. There is a HIVI, which is a scientific assistant. Remember, it's called HIVI here in Germany. So whenever you come to Germany, apply for a HIVI, because they call it as a HIVI. There won't be another name for it, so it's HIVI. It would be 20 hours a week. You can always raise some good money as well in that. Then there are also work student. A lot of companies just hire you for 10 hours a week, 20 hours a week job, and they also pay you. And definitely you can always again raise more than 1,000 euros. You have internships as well, which are not part-time, which are full-time, which are 39 hours a week. Definitely raise more than 1,200 euros a month, definitely more than that. And I would say rather 99% of companies would pay their interns. So it will be a paid internship in that sense. Yeah, and yeah, with this, I would like to end with a quote. I have finished all the topics of my title, and I would like to end it with a quote and some of the philosophy, rather some place where I could just input some philosophy from my side. So, the quote from the great Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar said, quotes that life should be great rather than long. And I think that for a great life, you should have willingness, or you should strive for a great service to your society, to your people, or to the nature, if you want to. So if you strive for that particular thing, then your life would eventually become great. I'm striving for that through mechatronics, because I think we have produced a lot of machines that are polluting the earth at the moment, that are polluting the nature. But because now I can be the part of this revolution, so I can rather use these machines to clean the environment, to make the world a better place, to help each other in that sense. So I am somewhere also striving for service, and you should also strive, if also through mechatronics, that would be great. But remember, to build a great life, you will have a lot of difficulties. And one of the robotists, one of the researcher from robotics, actually Isaac Asimov, he said back then that difficulties vanish when faced boldly. So realize this: no matter how much difficulties come across you when you are applying, or when you started your mechatronics, or when you realize, oh my God, mechatronics is tough, or it's fun, or it's whatever, realize that it will vanish if you are facing them boldly. So these were two key points, two key quotes that I remember every time, and just wanted to share them with you. Uh, with this, thank you for all of you for attending and for being here for so long time. I can see few participants already there. If you have any questions, this is the time. But I would also, in fact, I would also encourage you to reach to the Digital Nalanda team, uh, and they can also share my contacts, or you can also connect to me through them if you want to. And yeah, this was it. So thank you for that. Yeah.
Thank you, Pradnil. Thank you so much. It was a
Yeah,
very nice and very informative session.
thanks.
So now we can take your question. If anyone have any question or query, please ask. If you can write in a chat box your question, or you can raise your hand, so I'll unmute you. So in both ways you can ask.
If you have
So
any questions on my slides, also please say me. We can also go back, check. So feel free.
we have a question in from YouTube.
Yeah.
Here Kundan is asking when application will start for the university where you studied, and how one can apply. I think you have already covered this.
Yeah, I did cover this, but do you still okay? So I'll quickly say you, the one who asked, maybe he joined late or something. So there are 2 semesters that you can apply, even in my university, and the application deadlines. And I don't exactly know when they will start, but they have a small bracket. They have just 1 month bracket or something like that. So please remember, the application deadline for winter semester is July 15th of every year, and for summer semester it's January 15th every year. So there is a window, check it and apply it based on that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Pradnil. If anyone have any question or queries, please raise your hand or write in a chat box.
Okay.
So for contact number, you can write a mail to Nalanda,
Yeah.
so we can connect you with our mentors.
Yes.
And Harshal, our session will be uploaded. Our session, those who want to watch this session later also, so they can directly go to Digital Nalanda YouTube channel. So from there you can watch it. So I have a question, Pradnil.
Yeah.
What is the process of what are the job opportunities in Germany after doing the course in robotics
Okay.
from your university specifically,
Yeah.
and
The
in India as well?
in India as well, right? Wow, that's a good one actually. So right now, if you for robotics, if you want to say that, so right now, if you check on the online websites for robotics, the graph for usage of robotics for applications of robotics is growing exponentially. It's literally going up. So people are buying more and more robots everywhere, even in India. So that was shocking that industrial robots are being bought in India as well. Um, so definitely the idea is the job market is increasing everywhere, but right now at the moment in Germany the job market is huge for mechatronics as such, for robotics, even for robotics. And the reason for that is because they have a lot of research ongoing, which I showcased to you, a lot of big companies, and these big companies need a lot of research to keep up. So they lack a lot of the number of people who work on these fields. So that's the reason the best way is what they do is they rather use automation, they rather use robots in these aspects. So there are a lot of robots here in Germany. There are a lot of industrial robot companies here in Germany which would hire you, first of all. So I would say that it's a flourishing market here in Germany, and it's growing exponentially at the moment because of the industrial revolution that I just talked to. Everyone needs that to keep up. And there is a lot of opportunity here in Germany as a robotic engineer. You can get a job as robotic engineer or a control engineer, robot control engineer, or programmer, robot programmer, and such job titles. And how about in India? So in India, I am in actually contact with few companies as well already, based in Mumbai, who also want to sort of get into these domains. They are not right now majorly working. They have few industrial robots. They are placing them at few manufacturing places, but it's not as high as compared to uh, Germany right now. So if you have some valuable experience here, if you develop some experience from Germany, or if you don't want experience, you just go back to India, you can always end up in these companies. Basically, there is Fanuc India, which also hires. It's a company, Fanuc, which is also in India. They hire. Then there is also a lot of spin-offs from Kuka, which is another company in India. So the idea is there are a lot of job opportunities if you search for it. If you get experience here, then you can definitely go there and be a director or a project manager in a big firm, because now you know which robot you can buy for a particular thing. Now you know which things you can do around with the robots. So I think it's growing and it's beautiful and it's fun to work. It's not boring, it's fun to work. So definitely there is scope. Thanks for that question. Yeah.
Thank you, Pradnil. I have one more question. This is
Yeah.
also related to this. So, what is the process of work visa? Will you, if
Mhm.
someone do his M.Sc from mechatronics
Yeah.
engineering, so will he or she will get work visa in after just completing M.Sc from your university?
Yeah. So that's a beautiful question again, because I think that I didn't cover that much in my topic. So thanks for that. Um, so yeah, definitely you can get work visa as soon as you are graduated. In fact, even before your ceremony, convocation ceremony. In my case, because my convocation was few days ahead, so my university just generated a particular certificate just to showcase, oh yeah, he has cleared a lot of things. This is not the official certificate, but this is something that you can uh, apply for your job seeking visa, not job seeking visa, rather a work visa. So if you have found a job before graduating or after graduation, you can At that same time, at the moment, as soon as you find the job, you can directly apply for work visa. You will easily get it done based and I think personally, because if you'll do mechatronics engineering, you will get mostly high paid jobs in that sense. So the best part is you will always have your income, your yearly income above a particular range, and that makes you eligible to apply for a blue card here in Germany, which is a higher version of just a work visa, which is a blue card rather. And with this blue card, then yeah, definitely this blue card is given for 4 years, so you don't have to renew it again and again in that sense. And you will definitely get it as soon as you get the job. I think it takes uh, I think it takes 15 to 20 days to go through application, then a month until you get the first document. And once you get the first document, you already have a valid sort of visa in that sense. Not the card, not the physical card yet, but you have the work visa, the blue card. And on this occasion, on this question, I would like to also add because I just remembered that the next question would be, when do you get a PR? When do you get a permanent residency based on this? So Germany has actually, Germany doesn't showcase. I don't think they document it well somewhere. There is no document as such which talks exactly when you get, compared to other countries as such. Uh, and a lot of the documents from the German governments are mostly in German language, so it's a little tough to understand. But the baseline is, if you completed an MS or BS or BE or ME from Germany, you sort of get 2 years. I think you can get your PR in 2 years, in just 2 years, which is lovely. And for that, you need to have a job, obviously. So you need to have a blue card first. Then you need to have paid a certain amount of pension tax. I don't know how it translated in English rather indirectly, but it's a tax. It's some sort of contribution, pension contribution that you pay to the state. If you have paid that for 2 years, and if you have already been a student, and if you already speak somewhat German, even B1 is good. I think B1 level, which is definitely possible to do when you are in Germany. You can get your PR just in 2 years, not much time. So it's seriously this simple. There is nothing, no other logic to it. You just require these things, and once you get PR, you can do yeah, basically whatever you want, because you have a permanent visa then. So if you want to leave your job and work as a freelancer, you can do that and stuff like that. So 2 years for a PR if you are dedicated enough. Yeah,
Thank you, Pradnil.
no
So
problem.
we have one question at YouTube. So here Chaitanya is asking, my background is in physics. Can I do second masters in M.Sc in mechatronics?
Uh,
He's done in MSc in physics.
MS in physics.
He has already done his MSc in physics, so he want to do second masters in mechatronics.
Uh, has he done any bachelor? What is his bachelor's level? Did he mention anything or
No, he
no?
didn't mention.
So yeah, based on, so basically when they are about to shortlist you after your application, they actually do that based on what you know already. And physics is a wonderful field, I think, refined field. So it's good, but the thing is, you should also have some experience with control technology, for example, or at least with uh, some uh, some IT in that sense, some computer related courses that you might have done. If you have those courses enough, if you have like, okay, I did physics, but I also did this during my physics MS, but I also did this during my physics MS. I also got to work with this particular thing, and then I programmed it. If you have some things like that, this will definitely add up. And based on how much you can collect the knowledge of control, mechanics, electronics. If you have that inside your physics domain somewhere, then you can definitely still apply and get it. It's definitely doable as well if you have these particular modules down somewhere in your mod study tree. Yeah.
Okay, if someone who comes from a social science background, so he can switch into this or not?
I think if you social sciences would be tough, I think, rather, because the goal again is having particular credits or particular points in these subtasks of mechatronics, which is mechanics, electronics, control stuff. But if you showcase a dedicated history somewhere that, okay, I did these modules, even though my specialization is this, I think you can still apply and you can still emphasize that I am interested because I have done these modules. So they would not take you for a master's program just because you are interested. No, they'll take you because you realized that they'll take you because they will see, okay, he has background. So he will understand our master level teachings here. But you can always also do bachelor's in that sense. Bachelor's doesn't require any such, prior prerequisite in that sense, prior knowledge. So yeah, bachelor's is possible, but master's is tough if you have these particular things somewhere in your tree, a study tree, then definitely you can try.
Or someone who come with a diploma, 1 year diploma or 6 month diploma, so
Yeah,
that can help to get in
that
master.
that can also help, I think. Yeah, basically, if you have relevant courses, if you have done relevant things, you can.
Okay. So we have one question in our chat box
Yeah.
from Harshal. So here he's saying, I am working on a human robots using one kit EV3 robot.
Yes.
Does it help to get admission in masters?
Wow. Nice that you are working with EV3 kit. Interesting. Keep working. It's very good. And in fact, we also had these blocks, EV3 bricks, um, at the labs here where I work. Just for because we have some events where we take students from where we take students training or traineeship trainees under us, and we actually also showcase them. So that's good. Definitely. This is a very good the thing that you can showcase in your cover letter or in your motivation letter rather, that you are already working on your own humanoid robot. Uh, it's a very good add-on. This also adds to your CV, because in your CV you will mention now that, okay, I have some experience with this, with electronics. In that sense, I have some experience with this particular brick, and then I know about humanoid robot. So you can definitely add it in your CV, in your motivational letter, uh, and based on what your bachelor's is, because master's is more of an academic thing. So your bachelor should be either, I would recommend mechanical engineer or mechatronics or even computer science. With this knowledge is fine, I think. So that's a good one that you are doing that. Nice. And definitely you should try, because mechatronics is all about this. It's all about humanoid robots as well. Uh, so if you are interested in this, mechatronics is your thing, feel free to reach me. We can also chat about this further. Nice.
So on YouTube, Kundan is asking about the last question. How
Mhm.
will find out the link? Because I was not able to apply last year. He want to do masters in Germany actually. So
Uh-huh.
he's saying he didn't find a application link.
Application link. Okay. So I think I showcased that there is a DAAD portal. There is this search portal, and that is really beautiful actually in that sense, because I applied through it. I got my master's. A lot of others applied through the portal and they also got their masters through the portal. I don't think why the link was missing in your case. for the application. Yes, the link is not open until the application window or the timeline is open. So maybe you didn't match the timeline, or you didn't read through the documentation of the university, like what is the right time to apply. That can be one thing. The second thing can be that maybe the link was broken, or you didn't went to the right place. So I would say go through DAAD portal. It is updated, and they have wonderful support. They will respond to your emails quickly if some link is broken or if you don't find anything. And they take whole responsibility of their students. They also have a branch in India. So use it. Use these branches. Use these people around you in your to sort of get done with what you want. And it should work if you follow these steps in the next time.
Thank you
Yeah.
for that. So for right now, we don't have any question. So
Okay.
if anyone of you have any question or queries, please raise your hand or write in the chat box. So we can unmute you if you directly want to ask question,
Sure.
or
Yeah.
you can write in the chat box if you are not comfortable. So जब तक ये बताते हैं तो I want to ask you are your experience in Germany, and how
Mhm.
what are your experience in Germany, studying in Germany?
Uh, so my experience is wonderful actually. I really enjoyed. I traveled at some good places, made some good friends in that sense, met wonderful people. And the best part is I grew a lot in my research career right now, because I completely work in research domain right now. First, I was not that familiar to this side, but I have grown a lot. I have developed my cooking skills other than academic life here in Germany, because you have to cook your own food. So for those who are also trying to pursue it, not just in Germany, anywhere abroad, you have to cook your own food. So you better get good at it, and it's fun with some music as well. So and I personally enjoyed it. I go out for football every week. I have some bunch of friends around here in the city. It's good. It's overall good. It's fun, and it's technologically super advanced. Trust me when I say that. It's not a joke. When you come to these big research institutes that I mentioned earlier, it's so advanced in the sense that there are a lot of futuristic gadgets. And the one who was actually studying, who actually mentioned about humanoid robots, we have a wonderful humanoid robot in one of our labs here, which is not yet public. And it's beautiful. I just see it now and then, and there is a lot going on here as well. So it's fun overall. And because you have a Schengen visa, coming to Germany, you get a Schengen visa. You can travel anywhere. You get to travel to 26 countries in Europe. So why not? Basically, yeah.
Thank you, Pradnil.
Yeah. Thanks for
Anything
that.
else you want to say our students that can help them to get admission in Germany?
I would definitely recommend the German language, because that stands out. And if you want to make a lot of friends here, which is always good. You want to play football or whatever sports you want to. Uh, you need. It's not mandatory. I'm not. To be honest, I don't speak German that good as well. But if you have some German skills, that will just get easy. Everything will just get easy, and people will give you uh, sort of more respect. I would say, rather, not respect is the right word, but something they'll lean more to you, because now you speak. You have invested yourself in their language. So definitely learn German uh, language in that sense. Yeah, that would be one thing. Yeah. And the second thing would be to integrate yourself. Basically, when you come here, don't sit alone. There are situations which will make you feel that you are alone, because at times when you will have your exams, you'll realize, oh God, I have to study this, I have to finish this, I have to stop that. So don't just do that all alone. Don't just go through the phases all alone. Trust me, try to make friends. It's beautiful. Friends will share things, help you each other. You will help each other grow. Um, and you will also meet international people here, so you can make international friends, a lot of international friends, like the ones I have few in Italy. So the best part is they always invite me for Christmas, for Easter's, and a lot of events, and you get to just visit their places. So make friends other than academic curriculum. So two things is learn German and make friends, definitely. Yeah.
Thank you, Pradnil. I think we don't have a question from
No,
our student for now. So thank you for coming and giving us your valuable time, and you
thank
have
you.
explained everything in very detailed, and it was very informative.
Oh,
So
thanks for that.
thank you,
Yeah.
Pradnil. So
Thank you, Rahul, for that and for conducting this event. And again, I just want to, the last words would be like, feel free. I would be happy to get in touch with any of you. I think Harshal already mentioned, yeah, he wants, yeah. So anyone who wants to get in touch, just contact the team at Digital Nalanda, or contact Rahul here. Write an email to him, and he can share my further details with you guys, so you can get in touch. Thank you for attending and staying with me for an hour. I think more than an hour rather. So thank you for that.
thank you everyone and for coming and joining our session. Jai Bhim.